So it is a concluding chapter. We are almost finished, it seems. We have verses, another few verses are only. Last verse is 34, and now we are on 18. So the theme of Yoga Vasishta is that the highest peak of all the knowledge, that there is this visible universe which we are so much concerned, we are so much worried. What will happen? What is going to happen? This world is crashing down, and this COVID has come, and this and that. For this book, those who are expert in this book, they say nothing has happened. You are dreaming a dream, just a dream. It dream like reality. It is no reality. And what is there? That is the only truth, which is Satchidananda, and that is the absolute truth. And you cannot say what is that. You cannot say it is there. You cannot say it is not there. That's why it is called Sunna Ashuddha. That is the concluding chapter. It is there. Is it void? You are saying it is nothing? Yes, in one sense it is nothing. It is nothing means I see. Yes, it is there. You may say it is there, but it is not there. That means you cannot define it. Undefinable. That truth is undefinable. That truth is non-existing. Actually, what is there, no one can say. That's the major thing. Not that there is nothing, but what is there is not in the understanding of anyone. So, last two verses we read, that 16 verse we read, page 323, last time. The seekers of liberation is advised to be aware of the truth all times. So we are all seekers of truth. Advice is that it is how to remember all the time the truth. The same way, we are reading just in Narada Bhakti Sutra what they say, constant remembrance. What is the difference? Only you are talking in one language and you are talking in another language. So there is no much distinction between these two if you enter into the truth, where uninterrupted flow of thought will move into that one reality which is by love and flow into that God. So there it says, and here it says, Samastang Kolidang Brahma Sarvam Atmedamagatam Ahamanna Idamanna Adi Ityadi Akhandang Nakhandaya. There is absolute truth. This is last time we read, page 323, verse number 16. Samastam khulu idam. Idam, what you see, idam, this. Idam means this. Samastam khulu. Everything is verily Brahman. The way you see it is not true. The way you see it is a snake is not true. But there is a rope. The way you see it is building a house, star, sun, moon. It is not ultimately true. When you go beyond mind, where goes your stars, earth, water, air, fire, and this visible universe, its anxieties, its worries, its loss, its gain? Where does it all vanish? So that I can see the face. See your face, that's all. Okay, now everything is. So, Samastam Khalida. You are to think all the time, what I am seeing is my misconception, but it is Brahman, one without a second. Sarvam Atma, it is my own self. The consciousness here and the consciousness which is everywhere, it is the same. One drop of water and the ocean water, or all direction, it is the same one as H2O. So it is Satchidananda. 2 is H2 is hydrogen molecule 2 and oxygen is 1. 3. So here also Satchit. Ananda. Hmm? So try to think this way, bhavaya. Day and night you sarvam atma iti evam agatam, that have come to existence. No, that's what you see in this existence. It is Atman only, my own self, divine self. Ahamanna, in ignorance you are saying, I am separate. And idam channa, this is separate from me. This is separate from me. This is separate from me. This is separate. Idam channam akhandam, that unbroken unity is there. Why are you making a separation into it? Why are you doing this nonsense? That is the question of Vasishta to us who are in the ignorance. No, there is no two. There is one absolute reality, which is Brahman, which is nothing but my own real divine nature. And you are unnecessarily accepting the duality. You are making that unbroken reality, undivided entity into divided existence. So why you are misconceiving this? Therefore, 17th verse we read, Jadaiva Brahmano Rupam Tadbuddham Akhanditam Tada Vistirna Sanshara Param Isharatangatah. Jada Evo Brahmana Tatam. That Brahman is tatam, permeated, interspersed, like in the cloth. The thread is interspersed. But we don't say thread. We give a name, being the shirt. But shirt is what? Cloth. What is the cloth? It is thread interspersed. Our language has become like that. We only want to separate one thing from the other. That's why we live in the duality. We cannot, in this transactional world, we cannot live without duality. We must have to give a name. We must have to think that this is separate from this. Unless you do that, you cannot have any transaction in the world. So you make a Rama with another person John, another person Jacob, another person Mary, another person this. All these you have to make a distinction. Otherwise you cannot work in the world. Therefore, Jad eva Brahmana tatam. When the Brahman is permeated everywhere, akhanditang rupang buddhva, understanding its unbroken state. Eva vistirna samsara. This is what you see, the extended universe. With so much of variety, so much of its light, color, taste, touch, all these 5 elements interspersed here and attracting our sense organs, whatever. You see so many, but it is Parama Ishwaratangata. If you can, when Brahman is realized, then what will happen? All this all pervading undivided reality, that Brahman, when one realizes, then only this vast universe, the same universe, which I am seeing this with this eye of ignorance, so much full of suffering, full of pain, full of anxieties, full of worries, smiling, joy, happiness, unhappiness, all these what you are seeing, it will be seen as my supreme self alone. It is joy. That's why it is said that Ramakrishna said, to the ignorant, this world is full of misery, no? And to the wise, it is full of fun. There is no death, there is no disease. They know that is all fun. It is on the play of the name and form going on. No one kills anyone. 2 waves strike each other. But nothing happens. It is the same water. Finished. So we have that eye for spiritual knowledge and wisdom opens up. So that is the point, that when Brahman is realized, that happens then. What happens? That all pervading, as Brahman is all pervading. You have to know Brahman in that way, not theoretical knowledge, intellectual knowledge. Brahman is all pervading, interspersed with everything. The vast universe then will be perceived as the Supreme Self, only me and me alone, nothing else. Now, today, let us read the verse number 18. These will be all repetition of the same idea, no new idea. This is the ultimate uh, spiritual truth. And in that truth, there is not many, there is not hundreds and thousands, it's only one. Samastam eva brahmeti, samastam eva brahmeti, bhavite brahma vai puman, bhavite brahma vai puman, pite amrite amritamaya, pite amrite amritamaya, ko nama na bhavet iti, ko nama na bhavet iti. What is saying? That samastam brahma eva iti bhavite. If you can think, samastam, everything is Brahma. You can think this way day and night. Puman Brahma bhavati. If you think that way, you will be Brahman. What you are today, what you have thought about yourself. We are all makers of our own destiny. Don't blame. God has given this and this person is doing this. Yes, and apparently it appears that God is doing something. I am being affected by this. No, it is your own. So it is, you think you are a human being, you are a human being. If you think that I am a God, divine entity, you are a divine entity. All disease in the mind, worldly disease is in the mind. So one must have to think that if you think Brahman, I am that Brahman, I am that pure, I am that, no? All the time, if one can repeat that, then what will happen? One day you will feel that, yes, that is true. Nothing else but. Yo yasadda saevasa. In the Gita, Bhagavad Gita said, Yo yasadda, that person, as is his faith, as is his understanding, so is his realization, so is his achievement. So see, so many aspects of divine, say, religion is there. Some religion tells God is in the heaven, and some people believe, and their whole life they are thinking that God is in the heaven. At the point of death, where they will go? They will reach that heaven. Huh? Your mind is the point. And in mind, different levels are there. Infinite number of levels of experiences can happen. Say we are 20 people sleeping in one room. Every person will see the dream, 20 dreams. Are they all equal? No, it is all different. According to why. Why you dream one type of dream, I dream another type of dream. Your subconscious mind bringing some thought one way, and my subconscious thought bringing another way. So how the subconscious thought came? Your thinking. What you thought, what you meditated upon, what you impressed upon your mind, I am this, I am this. See, this child, you give a ghost idea. Hey, don't go that side, that is a ghost. He says, see the children. And he believes it. He has no ghost idea before. You gave that in the mind, and his or her mind accepted. And that ghost existed. It lingers in the life long time unless it is broken some way. All this perception about me and mine, people say, oh, I have my bitter experience in my childhood. Oh, I was like that. Whatever you have, you don't forget. That means what you thought seriously, you become that. You traumatized whole life. Nothing is happening. Someday something has happened in life. So many things happen. Suppose we are in a journey, in a train journey, or some accident or something has happened. And that time I was little upset and I was a part of it. And okay, But that situation is gone. But because that thought is imprinted in my mind so deeply that after so many years, whenever that thought comes, I become traumatized. Who makes you traumatized? Tell you are the builder of your own fortune. You, me, we are all have built up who we are now. There comes the utility of your spiritual practice, no? That's why do you take the name of the Lord? Why? Because you are changing your thought process. You are thinking of potato, rice, dal, office, school, college, my friend, my enemy, day and night, day and night, day and night. So that was the way I was. Now you think I am Atman, I am Atman, I am Atman. Atman you will be. Swami Turiyananda Maharaj used to say, you have become body, saying everything, I am the body, I am the body, I am the body. And from our childhood, we have been taught to think that we are the body, nothing else. And everyone made me body conscious. First started with the this is nose, this is ear, this is eyes. We have no concept. What is called eyes, what is called nose, what is called this. But you are being given the thought. So as you think, repeated thinking makes what we are. This is great science. This is the psychology, but deep psychology. That if you are told every day you are worthless you become. That's why Swamiji used to say that never tell the children something which makes them fear, frightened, and something like that, that remains in the body. Because it's very difficult to uproot. That gets ingrained. And when a child, then quickly it happens because the mind is not stained much more. And maturity comes. But even then, mature stage also, some impressions we retain so deeply that we cannot forget it. So this is the point, that what you think, take the responsibility. What you think you will be. A child, a boy imagines I'll be a scientist. No? And if he's really thinking of that, one day he becomes like that. I'll be a pilot. Imagination, no? They become pilot. I'll go into the spaceship, is it not? They go to the spaceship. Not that everyone is going. So as one thinks, and his whole feature will change. Physical anatomy will change. Greatest example is Sri Ramakrishna, thinking that he is worshipping in the mood of Hanumanji. See, is demonstration, practical demonstration. What he thinks, his physical anatomy changes. Worshipping in the mood of taking the idea of what you call the thinking that I am the woman and God is my beloved. No? And all the transformation, physical transformation happen. It does not happen to us because we are not that intense. If you intensely think anything, you will be like that. So this is a great benefit is here. If we take it, understand it very seriously, then we can change ourselves. What I was because of my past thinking, past training of thought, repeated thinking, now you think this way, you will be that. It is in your hand. You think you are Atman, you will be Atman. Hari Maharaj Turiyananda used to say, no? As being a Vedantic, top Vedanta, he said that one lady used to come, and devotees come to salute the Swami. And naturally, she's a motherly lady and said, Baba, aap kaisa hai? My father, how are you? I said, Ma, okay, I'm keeping well. And second day also she came and said, Baba, aap kaisa hai? Kya? Or you know, some elderly lady, a motherly affection. He does not understand much. She has come to see a sadhu. She understood that darshan of a sadhu is enough, and listening to his holy words is enough. What he says is not important. Their company is important. So third day also she came and asked the same thing. Then Swami Turiyananda got little mad. He said that I am trying to forget the body. And you are asking me every day, Baba, ab kaisa hai? How are you, my father? How is your health? You are reminding me of the health, 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 health. I want to forget this health. I want to think of Atman. And you are pulling me down. So, point is that reminder. That's why it is called body consciousness. Body, spiritual life, it is most important, body consciousness. If one goes beyond body consciousness, God realization is here and now. It should go to our real self, where it is that consciousness. We are conscious. Our consciousness is split whole day. Consciousness, whatever we did, whatever we thought, whatever we said, they are all the expression of my being alive as consciousness. No? Consciousness very subtle, but it expresses through the body, mind, and emotions and all this. So, but the consciousness remaining the same, it is manifesting through diverse ways. And it is giving different direction of the consciousness. I am conscious of my meal. I am conscious of my bed. I am conscious of my shirt. I am conscious of my money. I am conscious of my uh, learning. I am conscious of my music. I am conscious, 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 conscious. But this consciousness split in million direction. We do not know it is that one consciousness. So if I think that I am that, I am that, I am that, a total turning of our whole life will happen. That's why Atma Bhavati Gautama. In another place it says, you think of day and night, you will be Atman. You think of Atman, you will be Atman. You think of the body, you will be a body. So what will you think? Uh, that's why we become expert on that. No, people are expert in different lines. We call it expert. Means why he is expert? Because he knows much more than we know. Huh? Why? He has thought on that point day and night. Say a medical professional, no? Specializing in neuroscience, specializing in the different branches of the science, no? So they are expert because they have repeatedly thought and contemplated on that, and the secret of those things which is mystery to us has been revealed. So this is a very important point. Samastam eva brahmeti bhavitam brahma vai puman. If one thinks samastam brahma eva, whatever I see, I am seeing name and form with diversity, but it is brahma eva iti bhavite. If you are capable of thinking that I am Brahman, you can think this way, bhavite, sati, puman, brahma vai bhavati. A person, he becomes brahmai, brahmavid, brahmaiva bhavati. Amrite, pite soti. Huh?
No, I was saying that story with Mahapurush Maharaj, that if somebody would ask him, how are you? He would say, like, the body has this problem or that problem, but I am well.
That I am well. Yeah, that Brahman. So, amrite pite soti ka namo amritamayo na bhavet iti. If a person, what will be that person? Na bhavati will not be. If amrite pite, if one drinks nectar, ka namo amritamayo na bhavet iti. He will not be filled with nectar like peace. If you drink amrita nectar, you will be nectar like. If you take poison, it will be like poison like. So this is the idea. The person absolutely attains the nature of Brahman, who firmly reflects on the idea that everything is Brahman alone, who will not become immortal by drinking the nectar. If you drink nectar, nectar is eternal. Nectar is amrita. Amrita means dead. Amrita means there is no death. Nectar like means that. Nectar is from the Sanskrit Amrit. The Amrita means, Mrita means dead. Amrita means opposite of that. No death. So if you drink the nectar of immortal truth like I am Atman, then you will have no death. That means the body, you don't identify with the body. You say I am Atman. Again the question. The body will die. But body is not a reality for a person who is known Brahman as myself. Because everything he sees, it is all Brahman. This is also Brahman, this is also Brahman. So what will go to where? If millions of ripples and waves in the ocean so all subside, where it will go? Where it was playing? If the dot of water think that I am the ocean, huh? Identity with the bubble is gone, then he will be the ocean because it is H2O, nothing else. But if you keep identity that I am a bubble, I am a drop, so you are separating yourself. So long you are separating, there is death. That's why it is said, Ditiyad bhai bhayang bhavati. Bhaya, fear comes out of duality. In oneness, who will die where? If that is only one reality, there is no question of dying. There is no question of going. There is no question of coming. If it is only one. This whole book we have discussed it again and again and again. But what we learn from this verse is very important. That what you think, so you become. So start thinking something which will make you Amrita, immortal. We are thinking from our childhood till now, we are expert in thinking. And we thought, and that made us all fools and idiots. I am this. And nothing more than anything happens here, the whole world gone today. Because something has happened to me. 1,000 people have died somewhere, maybe. It is no issue for me. But uh, somebody looked at me with frowning eyes. Bas, the world is toppled up and down. Gone, all smashed into void. See, this is the identity. It goes, then what a release, what a freedom. So we must have to practice this. That think day and night, either in a devotion, if this is a Vedantic text, you can think I am a child of God, I am a mother's child, or you think I am the child of Rama, child of Krishna, I am child of the divine. Think. So whatever way you think that your identity, you will be like that. Ramakrishna was like a child saying, I am the child of mother. And it was so deep. Anything happens, he goes to mother for consultation. Sitting in the Dakshineshwar in his room, any problem comes, anything comes, he goes to ask the mother there. How is this a fool? Do we come to from your room to come here to get the response from here? Hey, this is the problem. What shall I do? Do you think that way? Oh, come. Here is a photograph. He is there. People say he is there. But we come and meditate. A good atmosphere, good vibration. Who thinks it is Ramakrishna is sitting here? Oh, we have never thought that way. So it didn't come that way. But somebody, I heard that got a vision experience here and he became an avatar. This place has big power. He came and offered flowers and things and he felt that is spiritual awakening. And that awakening has made him avatar, incarnation, another present age incarnation. So he believes and he is that. Okay. And we don't believe. We are like us. At least that was we can appreciate that he has this deep faith and something have happened to him. Actually, he said. And he has a great group of followers. So, point is that it is possible that we can think that we are something more than this body mind. We are child of God. We are born here to realize the truth. We are born here to serve God in others. Whatever philosophy you take, according to your thought, you will become that. You think you are Atman, Atman you will be. You think you are a body, body you will be. That's why even it is said, no, see, Gita says, what will be your next birth? According to Hindu philosophy. Last thought, when you are leaving the body, what you think? Last thought you think, and that will be your body. Think that. If you think that I will be a man, you will be a man. You think that you are a woman, you will be a woman. You think that you will be born in a rich family, you will be born in a rich family. What about the last thought? Oh my God. One thought. Because the last time thought, no. That's why that is the exit wish. So that's a powerful meaning, and that thought comes why? Preponderance of the thought. You thought many times, that thought spontaneously comes. What comes to you spontaneously, which you have thought about 100 times? Huh? What is a new thought? You get it, it does not strike you. You read it one time, two times, no, still it does not get in. But what you think day and night, you become like that. Now, 19th verse. भव्योऽसि चेत् तदा एतस्मात् भव्योऽसि चेत् तदा एतस्मात् सर्वम् आप्नोसि निश्चयात् सर्वम् आप्नोसि निश्चयात् नो चेत् बहुपि सम्पृक्तं नो चेत् त्वयि बहुपि सम्पृक्तं नो चेत् बहुपि सम्पृक्तं नो चेत् बहुपि सम्पृक्तं त्वयि भस्मनि हूयते त्वयि भस्मनि हूयते. It says, if you are genuinely the knower of Brahman, then through your conviction of Brahman, you will attain universal identity with the self. Many people may demand, I have a Brahma Gyan, I have a knowledge of the Absolute. No, that will not do. It will reflect in your life. What? It says, if you are genuinely knower of a Brahman, suppose you have the wisdom, you know, I am Atman, 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 I am Brahman, I am that, all these great dictum. Following that, you see that I am not the body, not the mind, but the consciousness. And this world as I see it is not the external name and form made of gross material and things. It is subtle and going that, and behind, there is a consciousness here. There is a consciousness, here is a consciousness. All consciousness ultimately. Aham Brahma Osmi. I am that consciousness alone. When you get it in your experience, not intellectually, we are talking intellectually, but when, if you are genuinely become a knower of Brahman, then through your conviction of Brahman, what will happen? Your conviction will come. Conviction, doubts come before, no? But doubts go away when you see God. All doubts go, no? When you see the thing. Ramakrishna said, I have seen God more tangibly than I see you. That means it's an intimate, let's say in English we call immediate experience. Immediate experience. It is not dependent on any media. Now my vision may be blurred, I see you distorted. My mind is cluttered, I can think you right or wrong, opposite way. When there is no media of the senses or the mind or your intellect, clouded mind, angry ego, dull ego, little purer ego. So in this level, the same consciousness is trying to manifest, then it gets distorted. So he says, when actually genuinely you know the Brahman, the truth, then through your conviction, experience will be such that you'll be so convinced in your Brahman awareness that you will attain universal identity. You will feel yourself in everywhere. It will spontaneously come. Anyone's suffering, you will suffer. Anyone's joy, you will feel joy. Plenty of examples are there. You identified, we are now, our consciousness is centered in this body, from toe to head. Anything happens to the toe to head, I feel pain or pleasure, whatever. No? Anything happens to my mind, I don't care what is happening in your mind. My mind, then I feel joy or I feel sadness. Anything in my understanding, I understand one way, you understand another way. Can get into my wrong understanding. There is a conflict, confusion, fight. But when you are seeing the truth, not through the media of your intellect, neither through the media of your senses, neither through the media of your mind or emotions, what happens? It is seeing, there is no media, but truth, truth and truth. Then what will happen? Conviction comes. Swami Vivekananda said, if you have seen the truth, and the whole world comes with a sword in hand to kill you, he will be convinced in your understanding. You will not budge an inch. That means it is more tangible than any tangible experience of this world. So this is the idea that conviction of Brahman, you will attain universal identity. Mind it. What will happen to you? It is not that only I am Brahman and I understand everything. No. You'll be so sensitive with the suffering of others. You'll be so sensitive with the joy of others. I am hungry in this body. I don't eat through this mouth. I have millions of mouths. Through that I eat. What if in some mouth I don't eat? In somebody I am hungry. In millions somebody I am enjoying the feast, joy of sumptuous dishes. These are not stories. Ramakrishna sitting in his room and Calcutta Babu who came with his boot suit and he has started walking on the grass. And Ramakrishna was in his room and he cried out. And Hridaya and others who were to attend to him, they came and saw, and he's crying bitterly. In his chest, the red marks everywhere. He said, what has happened? He says, the Babu is walking on the grasses. Identification with the grass. The grass, suffering of the grass, so sensitivity has gone to that level. The feeling of the grass. You feel that. Another story that the two boatmen, they were in fight in the middle of the Ganga. And Ramakrishna was standing on the bank of the Ganga. And across, then he's standing here, there is the temple. And in front flows the Ganga. He was probably looking at the Ganga but didn't see anything. But at far distance, two boatmen went into fight with each other and someone gave a good slapping on the back. And the high mark of the fingers, red mark, was in his back. And he cried out. And his nephew, Hridayaram, ran. And so nobody is there. And he said, oh, see. Then Ramakrishna said, who did it? Well, no one did it. These two boatmen in the middle of the Ganga in the boat. So this slap, I feel the pain here. And see the mark. You see, these are not stories. That's why, why we take Ramakrishna as your guide of your life. You get direct experiences of these books. These are only theory. What do we understand? He says that reflected on the idea, everything Brahman alone. Who will not become immortal by drinking the nectar? No? And here he says, na, the knower of Brahman, conviction of Brahman, you will attain universal identity with the self. Universal identity with yourself. This self will be universal. It will not be restricted to this body because it is everywhere. Swami Vivekananda, that famous story. Swami Vivekananda went back and he was in his room in the middle of the night. It was middle past, maybe midnight past or something. And Swami Vivekananda, he was walking back and forth in the baranda, walking in front of his room, facing the Ganga. And his brother monk, Swami, uh, huh? Swami, who? Vijnanananda, Hari Prasanna. Swami Vijnanananda was seeing that Swamiji is not sleeping. So he came and saw he is restlessly moving back and forth. And then Hari Prasanna, then Vijnanananda, he asked, Swamiji, why are you not sleeping? What has happened? It's midnight crossed. Well, you see, I was sleeping, but I felt unbearable pain in my chest. And I cannot rest. There's what makes you feel like that? I do not know, I can't tell you. Somewhere, someplace today at this point, people are in terrible distress and agony. So that is hitting my heart. I cannot sleep. Hari Prasanna thought that ah, somebody has died where? There is no information. Not like today. You have FaceTime, you have what you call internet and communication, social media. Nothing is available then. But there is a machine, mind machine. Here is a mind machine, mind here and mind there. The same mind. You strike one place in the lake with a stone. Have you done that in your childhood? Throwing stone into the lake or something. You strike it, what happens? It makes a big reaction where the stone falls. But what happens? The vibration moves on and on and on and on, no? And we see that after some time, there is no wave. But if you have a fine instrument, you can feel that the vibration goes on. Like our earthquake. Earthquake is felt in one place, but it can continue at a distance. It's continued. So the mind is one mind. We think my mind is separate, your mind is separate. No, we are all a part of the cosmic mind. So where is some pain, he could not sleep, and that was not very much understandable by Swami Vijnanananda. Anyhow, so he could not understand, he just went and slept. And next morning in newspaper it came that particular time in Fiji, where is Fiji? No communication in a worldly sense, no communication. And there was a big volcanic eruption. And at that point, many people, you could imagine if the volcanic eruption and people are not prepared in the night, what type of horrible pain is going on. And That resonated in the heart of Vivekananda in Belur Math in India. How do you justify this? This is the scriptures are true. You have to understand, you grow spiritually, you will be sensitive. You will feel the suffering of others. Not for you much, but for others. That happens to all the saints, saintly people. And if one attains the highest knowledge, which is called Brahma Jnana, there will be the maximum manifestation of it. So, suffering of others, one is other. This also me in another form. So that knowledge will come. That's why if you are a really, that's a fake. Everyone can demand, I am a Brahmagyan, There was one gentleman used to come here. I have mentioned many times. He, I'm talking not today, so about 93 or so, when I came first. And one gentleman comes and he gradually got acquainted with me also. I used to sit in that office and people would come and ask and put questions and things. So one day he came. He questioned me. Have you had the knowledge of Nirvikalpa Samadhi? I said, no, Baba, I do not know. You don't know? I have my Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Huh? Only is it? Oh, wow. So he had his Nirvikalpa Samadhi. But what is Nirvikalpa Samadhi? They have no idea. If it is samadhi or closing, going close to your heart, you will be so soft like a siddha. Amrito bhavati, siddho bhavati. The Narada Sutra says, you will be boiled, boiled potato. Hard potato versus boiled potato. Hard rice, but boiled rice. It will be soft. It will feel the suffering of others. And their prayers are so powerful that can take away their suffering. That is the feeling. A Brahmajnani, this is the sign. Not by saying I am Brahman will do. Not by saying I am a Brahmajnani will do. I'm not saying that he has not Brahmajnana, but he comes even occasionally now also. He's the same guy. That way he comes and he concentrates focus here. As if Brahmajnana is a face. Brahmajnana will be bursting joy. Look at Ramakrishna's face. Bursting joy. Brahmajnana will give you a very stern face. As if Brahma is a very painful thing. So it's like that, sitting like that, like that. This is the sign of Brahmajnana. It's not. It should match with the scriptures. That's why we are reading today. So long you have not been saturated with the knowledge of this highest truth, your love for God has not been totally infused into it, that you will have to behave as like others. And if it happens, see what will happen. You will feel the suffering of others. You will feel the joy of others. So spontaneous knowledge of Brahman is give you the idea that I am in everywhere. I don't pay less attention if a thorn pricks in my finger versus if a thorn pricks in my uh, cheek or chin. No? Of course, maybe sensitivity here more or less. That's a different thing. I feel the pain. If something strikes my feet to my head, it is me. Brahmajnani will feel from any inert material to the animated world, to gods and angels, down to the human being. His expansion, identity will expand like this. His horizon is so big. He will feel that I am in everybody. And their suffering, their pain will be experienced by them. So if you are genuinely the knower of Brahman, then through your conviction of Brahman, you will attain universal identity of the self capital. Otherwise, all the varied instructions you have received from many people will be useless or fruitless, like the offering of butter in the ashes. That means, if you don't understand this, your Brahmajnana may satisfy your mind that I am a Brahmajnani, but it's not genuine. There should be some test, no? Everything has a test. You have a COVID test is there. So we have some disease, there is some test. That's why diagnostic labs are so important for our physical health. So spiritual health also. There is some test. Test will be that you will feel the universal pain and suffering. Your identity will expand. Yeah, that's why there is no Holy Mother. Look at that. Even the in our life you read, even the bird, the suffering of the bird, the cow having some pain. Ma is going and touching the cow and just taking away the pain of that feeling from lower people of a lower strategy in the society, topmost, and from animal, sub-animal, everywhere you find the uniqueness of oneness, feeling that their pain as our pain.
Like even when the brahmachari was like feeding the cat, that mother said, "Don't do that." I dwell also on that cat.
What?
That story, the one brahmachari was feeding the cat. One of the
Oh,
cats
yeah. Right. That's true.
I also.
Yeah. So one cat story is that she's reminding that there is a cat, and the cat naturally what it does, not American cat. They are not so fortunate. American cat, they got cat food, and then they got hospital, dispensary, doctor. Everything is given to the cat. But Indian poor cats, they nobody cares. They will have to stealthily go and eat something, steal some food wherever is there. So they used to keep some food, and the cat will go and lick into the milk or take something fish is there. And naturally the brahmachari he used to look after the kitchen. So he used to go and threat and give one or two beating. But now when mother was there, mother used to take care of the cat every day after her eating. So she used to feed. So the brahmachari cannot say anything. Now mother has to come out to Calcutta. And then he called the brahmachari, Gyan was his name. Oh dear Gyan, don't beat this cat because I am there in the cat. And when she said that I am there in the cat, that changed Gyan Maharaj everything. She gave up all types of other methodology to stop the cat to come, but preparing rather giving food differently. My point is that it is not the point what cat story, but story is that mother feeling the identity of the cat suffering. Yes, anyone can. Cat who is the owner of the cat, everyone feels for his one cat. But mother has universal billion cats. So she has to think of every one of the cats that she is there. See, she is there. The question, my cat is one thing, but I am there is another thing. You said, think about that. So that is the idea. Okay, Dakshinamurti Bhartik, there is supporting this verse. Already time is up, so I'll just read out. Before eating food may appear to be different, and after eating, people feel it is one with them. No? Before eating the food, you see, food is here, you are here. Is it not? Mouth is here. Now, after eating, what you do? You intake. Where the food goes, food becomes you. No? So he's giving that example. Before eating, food may appear to be different. And after eating, people feel it is one with them. Similarly, also this universe, which is swallowed by the all pervading and completely saturated ego, big ego, cosmic ego, or big ego, not this petty ego, with the big ego appears as undivided to a wise master jewel. Meaning is you will attain oneness with each and every form in the universe. One each and every form in this universe. So this is a signal, and also I will say if you are practicing spiritual discipline, you will understand that your heart is feeling the pain and suffering of others. If it is not, there is some trouble somewhere. You will be softer. You will feel sensitive to the sufferings of others, as you will find joy in others. The opposite of jealousy. Jealousy is that anyone is having anything, you will be jealous. Oh, he has or she has, I have not. But you will be happy if someone is happy. If someone is smiling, you will be exceedingly happy. Ah ha ha. Huh? With the happiness of the others, you'll be happy. With the suffering of others, you will feel suffering. So that should be the simultaneous development. Okay, so we end our reading here. Now we'll spend some time with few questions. Okay, Oshim, please tell.
What's the difference between feeling someone's suffering and identifying with it?
Feeling someone suffering and identifying is the same. If you identify, then you feel. Yeah. Or if you feel, then you have identified. No. There are so many people, suppose now, this moment, in the hospital, going serious surgery. But our feeling is where? If I know some of our devotee or some of our friend is going thing, then oh, it is this time, this is the operation time. Let us pray for his well-being. No? So we are partial because I know that guy and I am thinking and identifying with his pain or suffering, not identifying, but thinking it is going on, I am praying to God. No? But identification, when it real identification, see, a child is having some suffering. Mother feels more herself than the child. You love someone and you find that he is having little cut or little burn. You will feel more. That is the nature of identification. And this is the same thing. One leads to the other.
But Mars, there's sympathy
No.
and empathy.
Huh?
Sympathy and empathy. So like
Huh.
sympathy means you can imagine, like mentally put yourself in the other person's place. Empathy would mean that you literally feel what they feel.
Yeah, that may be the distinction, fine distinction, maybe. Yeah. Can Brahman interact, protect, and love this body mind complex? No, no, we have to understand what is meant by Brahman. Brahman does not interact or anything. Brahman is. Space does not interact with any other thing. Space is. And in the space there is fire. All the sun, not moon. Moon is reflected light. But sun is always burning. The space is not burning for that reason. When this northern California big fire, or in our Santa Barbara and others everywhere, now even many places fire. Space is not getting any heat. Heat does not start the space. Space remains detached, unattached. So similarly, Brahman is much finer. There is no question of interaction and protect and love. Don't say Brahman. If you say Brahman the absolute, it does not do. But Saguna Brahma, if you think that Brahman takes the form of creator God, sustainer God, Brahman takes the form of the incarnation. Yes, they can protect us. They love. They can help us and control our body, mind, power. Everything is possible. But the absolute Brahman does not do anything. But Saguna Brahman, when added with the qualities, he does something. He is called God, Ishvara. And we say, take refuge in Ishvara, pray to Ishvara. We say all these things. He protects us. We all, every morning we pray when we read the Chandi, Devi Mahatma. Mother, you protect us, do this, do that, do that. No. So that is the Saguna Brahma. But Nirguna Brahma does not do anything. Does the cosmic mind makes it possible for the yogis to read the intentions of living and non-living being? Cosmic mind, you can say Brahman is the energy behind. Behind the cosmic mind, that cosmic mind belongs to Ishvara, God, Saguna Brahma. And individual mind, behind is the Brahman, this is the Jiva. So Jiva is individual. Behind is also the same consciousness. And Ishvara, is that's cosmic mind. Cosmic mind, individual mind. If you take these two ideas, then cosmic mind is behind you, behind me, behind every creation. So cosmic mind, you can say, getting the energy from the Brahman, acts and reacts in the world of duality. Okay. Something when Sometimes when seeing the suffering in the world, there is a feeling of righteous anger. How do you overcome this? Yes, righteous anger does not solve the problem. My anger, if I be angry seeing something wrong, who is helped by that? Suppose I am angry. Some injustice is going on, I am angry. Understand? Legitimate, if you say legitimate. But by my anger, no one is getting any help. Neither I am being spiritually benefited. My anger is frustrating. And neither the person who is being mistreated or wrongly tortured, he is not getting benefit. So my anger, there is no righteous anger. We have to see the suffering of others and come forward what I can do. If you can money, give money. If you need some medical support, if you have some opportunity, give that. Meaning that you are really feeling the suffering of that. Like otherwise, it will be Buddha's words that there is a fire being set. You will see, oh, the fire, why this corner is on fire? It should be this side fire. And you start analyzing the north and south and the wind, flow of the wind, and why it is happening, who have put that. Are put water first. Your love for others, your suffering for others should force you to do something for that person. With money, with your labor, with your intellect, whatever support you can give. If you cannot do anything, go and sit in the corner and pray to God, oh Lord, I am helpless, I cannot do anything. Please help him, he is in suffering. That will bring you into the higher level of thinking. You to be spiritual. Mere, the world goes in this way. I will go, I will kill, I will doing this, I am doing that. What do you do? There are millions of such people. You kill one person, millions will come up. You kill one Al Qaeda person, millions of Al Qaeda people are being created in the world. Not killing is not the problem, and solution. And your anger, your frustration is not solving, neither making you great, neither making the person who is persecuted is getting any support. So, what should be Vedantic approach or a devotee's approach? That what I can do, seeing the suffering, I feel the suffering. Suppose I am in that fire and I am burning in that condition. What I would do, what I can do for that person, as I am someone, I expect someone will come to do that. If you can do, some people jump into the fire and for the protection of others. If you have the courage, do that. If not, then give the news that there is one fire set. Just call police. This is the fire going on. Or you just run, take a bucket of water and throw it. You want to help somebody, go, take him to the hospital. If you don't know, you have some known doctor, then connect with him. If you have money, give money. If you're not, as nothing you can do, your heart is really crying for that person, go and simply sit and cry and weep before the Lord. So there is a feeling of righteous anger. Anger, maybe we are human, we shall be angry. We will not justify someone is doing bad thing to justify that. But this does not solve the problem. And this is not the path for spiritual people. That's why, there are monks, what the monks can do. The monks in the world, they don't do the direct action. That is the problem for our Vedanta students. Whenever we go anywhere, so everyone say, but action. You have to sign this action. We'll go out protesting and doing this, that. Our philosophy says, yes, that may be, there are people to do that, they should do that. Those who feel that that is the solution. But for a monk, I cannot go to there and solve the problem. See how many protests are going on and what change is miraculous change is coming in a day. Should you not protest? Yes, you do that for yourself. And we can do this way. I cannot do anyway. I know God is Almighty. He can do something. It is not useless thought. For you, maybe it is useless. For my conviction and thing, I know that everything, Ramakrishna said, everything happens with God's will. No? So believing on that, trusting on that, we will have to work. So our main thing is that what we can do, that type of conviction should be in our mind. What can I do and how can I move? Even Swami Vivekananda says, the world is so big, what can you do? Swami Vivekananda inspired the whole India to serve the poor as God and this and that. But what he said, that is all. It is God's will only. You can, by your own life, if you can remove the suffering of one widow who is having some difficulty, their tears, if you can remove, you think that your life is sufficient. One person you have paid one day and brought a little smile in someone's face, know that your life is successful. So this much is the thing, what I can do to improve to open my heart. When you think of others, your heart opens. Okay. Okay, thank you all. So we end here today and we'll be tomorrow here again 7:30. First at 10:30 there will be Upanishad class, Katha Upanishad by Satyamayananda. And tomorrow evening 7:30 here again we'll read Gospel of Ramakrishna. Thank you all. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Panamastu. Sympathy and empathy. Yeah, there is a fine distinction. We'll have to check it. Huh? This is to. Okay, thank you all.
It makes sense to me